Have you ever felt the ground shake beneath your feet? In the Philippines, that feeling is all too common. Just recently, a series of powerful earthquakes rattled the country, leaving many of us wondering, why here? Why so often? And most importantly, what can we do about it? Today we're diving deep into the science behind the shakes, exploring the very foundations of the Philippines to understand why it's a global earthquake hotspot. Stick around, because knowing this could save your life. Let's start with a term you've probably heard before, the Pacific Ring of Fire. Imagine a massive 40,000-kilometer-long horseshoe that stretches all the way around the Pacific Ocean. This isn't just a line on a map. It's the most seismically and volcanically active zone on Earth, and the Philippines is sitting right in the middle of it. About 90% of the world's earthquakes and over 75% of its active volcanoes are found here. Why? It's all about tectonic plates. The Earth's crust isn't one solid piece. It's broken up into giant slabs called tectonic plates that are constantly moving, grinding, and crashing into each other. The Ring of Fire is where several major plates meet. For the Philippines, this means being caught in a geological tug-of-war, with immense pressure building up constantly, just waiting to be released. This isn't just a geographical feature, it's the reason why the ground we stand on is so restless. Now let's zoom in on the Philippines' unique and complicated position. It's not just on the Ring of Fire, it's at the intersection of four major tectonic plates. Think of it as a chaotic four-way intersection with no traffic lights. To the west, we have the massive Eurasian plate. To the east, the Philippine Sea Plate is pushing westward. Further east, the giant Pacific Plate is also in motion. And underneath it all, parts of the Sunda Plate are involved in this complex dance. These plates are not moving in harmony. The Philippine Sea Plate is diving or subducting beneath the Eurasian Plate. This constant collision and grinding motion is what generates the immense energy that results in earthquakes. It's a geological battleground, and the Philippine archipelago is the main stage. Every time these plates slip, buckle, or break, the energy travels as seismic waves, shaking everything above. This complex interaction is the primary reason why the Philippines experiences around 20 earthquakes a day, though most are too weak for us to feel. But the potential for a big one is always there. So, where does this plate-clashing action happen? A lot of it occurs offshore, in deep, dark underwater valleys called trenches. The Philippines is surrounded by them. These trenches are the fingerprints of subduction, where one plate is being forced under another. We have the Manila Trench to the west of Luzon, a major player that could generate a powerful quake affecting the capital. To the east, we have the East Luzon Trench and the massive Philippine Trench, which runs along the eastern side of the country and is capable of generating mega earthquakes. Down south, the Cotabato Trench, Negros Trench, and Sulu Trench all pose significant seismic threats. The danger with these offshore trenches isn't just the shaking. When a powerful earthquake happens under the seafloor, it can displace a huge volume of water, creating a tsunami. A wave generated from the Manila Trench, for example, could reach coastal areas in just a matter of minutes. That's why understanding these trenches isn't just an academic exercise, it's a matter of life and death for millions living along the coastlines. While the trenches are a huge threat offshore, we also have major fault lines running directly through the islands themselves. The most significant of these is the Philippine Fault System, a massive 1,200-kilometer-long scar that cuts right through the archipelago, from Luzon down to Mindanao. Think of it as the country's seismic spine. This fault system is constantly moving, causing frequent earthquakes along its entire length. But there are other critical faults we need to watch. In the Metro Manila area, there's the Marikina Valley Fault System. Scientists say this fault is ripe for a major movement, an event they call the Big One, which could be devastating for the densely populated capital. In the south, the Mindanao Fault is another active system responsible for many of the recent quakes that have hit the region. When an earthquake originates from an inland fault, the shaking can be incredibly intense for nearby communities because the source is directly beneath them. Buildings, bridges, and infrastructure are at immediate risk. So, how do we know when these faults might move? Scientists talk about something called the earthquake cycle. Imagine stretching a rubber band. You can pull and pull, and it stores that energy. But eventually, it either breaks or snaps back. Faults are similar. Tectonic forces build up stress along a fault line over decades or centuries. The fault remains locked, accumulating more and more strain. When the stress finally becomes too much for the rocks to handle, the fault ruptures, releasing all that stored energy in a matter of seconds as an earthquake. This is why you hear scientists say a fault is overdue. Based on historical records and geological data, they can estimate the average time between major earthquakes on a specific fault. If a fault hasn't moved in a long time and has passed its average return period, it means a massive amount of stress has likely built up, making a future large earthquake more probable. It's not a prediction, but it is a serious warning that we need to be prepared. Knowing all this, it's easy to feel helpless, but that's the last thing we should be. Knowledge is power, and preparation is our best defense. The first step is to be aware. Do you know where the nearest fault lines or trenches are in your area? Local government and seismological agencies provide maps and information that are crucial for understanding your specific risk. Next, everyone, and I mean everyone, must know the drop, cover, and hold technique. When the shaking starts, drop to the ground, take cover under a sturdy table or desk, and hold on until it stops. For those living in coastal areas, you need an evacuation plan. Know your tsunami evacuation routes and be ready to move to higher ground immediately after a strong earthquake. Don't wait for an official warning. The shaking itself is the signal. At home, you can do a safety audit. Secure heavy furniture, appliances, and cabinets to the walls. Consider having your home professionally assessed for structural integrity, especially if it's an older building. Finally, create a family emergency plan. Decide on a meeting place. Prepare a go bag with essentials like water, food, a first aid kit, and important documents. Discussing and practicing this plan can make all the difference when a disaster strikes. To wrap things up, living in the Philippines means coexisting with the constant threat of earthquakes. But we don't have to live in fear. By understanding the powerful geological forces at play, the ring of fire, the colliding tectonic plates, and the active faults beneath our feet, we can respect the power of nature and take proactive steps to protect ourselves and our loved ones. Awareness and preparation are not just good ideas, they are essential responsibilities for every single one of us. Stay informed, stay prepared, and stay safe. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful and informative, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel for more content like this, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Sharing this video could help someone you know be better prepared. Let us know in the comments where you're watching from, and we can try to point you to more specific local hazard information. Stay safe, everyone.